Hello, everybody. Um, Here we are. The last video I recorded like what 6 months ago, so of course we got some new rules, we got some news. So let's start. First, what I want to say that guys, if I'm recording this video, I'm putting it on the channel. It's not an option anymore to watch it or not watch it. You must watch it because of we are dealing right now with many drivers, new drivers who are saying us, "Oh, I didn't know that I cannot take I-76 in Pennsylvania," or "I didn't know that I will be responsible for violation, and I will have to pay for that. I thought I got only bonus, for clean inspection." It doesn't work like that. If there is a video with some information, you have to go to my channel, OCMC channel, and you have to watch it. Must, okay? Must. If it's there, you're supposed to know about it. And when Mary is doing a rotation, she is asking you to watch this video. So please watch it. And the most important, listen what I'm saying, okay? News. Here, the first theme. We got a local driver. We are trying to put like, we are trying to do drop and hook. When you guys are here, at least in Chicago, you can drop loaded trailer and pick up preloaded trailer, which our local driver picked up before. We're gonna pay for stops. Pretty much, if you guys came here without a load, you're dropping off the empty trailer and you're taking a load with two loads, it means you have two stops, two deliveries, right? You won't get paid for this extra stop because it's pretty much you're doing two deliveries. It's like if you would pick up the load and you would deliver the load, okay? If you guys, let's say you're somewhere, just like happened last week, Jim, we got a driver, his name is Jim. Jim picked up a load in Wisconsin. He called us and he's like, "Guys, I'm going south. I'm going through Chicago to New York State, to upstate. I still got a half of the trailer. Our local driver went in Chicago, picked up a load. He stopped here in Melrose Park. 15 minutes they spent to load it from one trailer to another. Jim is keep going and he's doing two deliveries in upstate New York, which is Buffalo and Rochester. Total, he had 3 stops, 1 pick, 2 drops, and that's why he will get paid $100 extra for this extra stop. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. If you will have more questions about it, what we are doing right now in Chicago side, you can call Mary. She will explain it, okay? It's not going to be that often because it's only one driver for now, local driver. He is a forklift driver slash forklift driver, local and forklift driver. There are still not many loads which we can combine, so it's all going to take some time, but sometimes you guys will have to switch trailers, and Yuri, he is the one, it's a new guy, he is the one who is going to be responsible for amount of equipment in each trailer, right? So because of some drivers like to keep straps in the truck, some likes to keep in the trailer. We got a list of equipment which you guys need to have. So he is the one who's gonna check, when you are switching trailers, he will make sure you guys all got everything what you need. And next, calibration. We put scales on each trailer right now. Every single trailer got a right weight. It's a black box which you guys can use to see how much pressure, how much weight you got on your trailer axle. It helps for a few reasons. First, just you want to make sure you will not get ticket, and second thing, you always can check if you can drive with a tandem axle. Obviously, with tandem, I want you guys to drive with a tandem because you can make sharp turns. You are not damaging tires. And it's better even for you if you're in somewhere in Boston, Massachusetts, or Connecticut, or New York, where sharp turns, you guys can make a sharp turn or U-turn with a tandem axle. You cannot do it with a spread axle. So because it's going to damage axle and it's going to damage tires. So you guys now have these scales. We, on our side, all we can do, we can put it on a trailer. We cannot calibrate it. You guys have to do it. And in the next 2 weeks, I want every single driver's calibrate. So next time when you're dropping off one trailer and you're taking another one, all trailers are calibrated. How you guys are doing that? You have to go to, you will have to do it loaded. That's why we cannot do it on our side, because most of the time when you guys are here, you are empty. You have to get loaded. You have to go and get a scale ticket. Then you have to take a screwdriver and open the box, pull, there's a gauge, kind of like a thing. It's going to show you how much pressure you got. Take the screwdriver and turn on the amount which you will see on a scale ticket at the truck stop. That's how you are calibrating it. There is no way to do it when you guys are empty. Okay? Please, every single driver in the next 2 weeks have to do it. Do not let your partner down, okay, who is gonna take this trailer after you. Hey guys, so now I'm outside. I want to show you how it's gonna look on practice. We talked about our drop and hook inside in the office, and now like you can see behind me, there's a forklift which will help us to load, preload some loads for you here in Melrose Park, so you guys will have a chance to do drop and hook. It's not going to be too often because of there's not many loads which worth it to pick up by our local driver, but if economy will go up and trucking will go up, it's going to happen more and more often. For now, it's going to happen maybe like once in 2-3 months. So since you guys will sometimes switch trailers, you guys have to make sure that you have a documents for trailer, right? So let's say you came here and you have to drop off one trailer which is loaded, and our local driver is supposed to drop it off, let's say on Monday, and you're doing it on Saturday, and you have to pick up another load which was preloaded by our local driver. So what you guys have to do, you have to get here, and right here in this plastic box, you'll find registration and annual inspection for trailer. Right here, you'll find the bill of lading for trailer. And what you have to do is, if you're dropping off loaded trailer, you have to leave in this box over there, bill of lading for load, which our driver will need to drop off on Monday. We're talking about a situation, let's say, when we are not here and you cannot give it to us, or on Saturday, on the weekend, right? So you're leaving it there and you're picking up from another trailer bill of lading in the same tube, this aluminum tube too. And we talked about the scales, and like you can see right here, it's end of the trailer, almost by the front axle, you'll find this black box, which is a right weight, right? Before I recorded this video, I already built the pressure, air pressure in the system, and I already released trailer brake, which very important. That's what you have to do. So tractor brakes pulled, applied, trailer brakes pushed, released. Okay, right here you'll see this red thing which you have to pull. It was actually pulled. You have to pull, and you'll see that it goes up. That's how you see a pressure. But for you, since this right way, since these scales are not calibrated, and most of your scales are not calibrated, what you have to do, you are going to truck stop, you're getting this yellow scale ticket. Let's say you got a 33,000 pounds. What you're doing, you have to open it. You have to make sure you got air in your system. You're pulling it, and then you will have to take screwdriver, the small one, like this one, okay? and right here there is a spot, and you have to turn it to 33. I don't know if you guys see it. You have to turn it to 33, and that's the way you're calibrating it. When you're done with that, all what you have to do is just push it and it goes down. Close it. Next time, you don't have to go to scales anymore, waste your time, waste money. So, especially if you guys are going east, let's say Connecticut, Mass, New York, New Jersey, where a lot of like a sharp curves, turns, you have to make sure you got a tandem axle. You don't want to damage your tires. You don't want to damage, something on the road. So it's very useful. Please, now it's middle of April. By the end of April, every single driver has to calibrate scales, okay, and use it. Start using it. It's very useful in two kind of situations. You guys going east and you don't want to run it spread, so you don't want to, you want to make sure you can make a U-turn. You want to make sure you can make some sharp turn. And second, when you guys are going to Cali. Cali is the only state left, which where you have to drive with tandem axle. And going there, you already at the shipper know how heavy you are and where you have to load your load, right? All right, guys, be safe. Please start using it because we are wasting so much money on tires. Because of, I know, I see it by how tires is damaged. I can see that some drivers are making this U-turns, being spread, being heavy, and that's what killing tires. Okay, guys, be safe there. All right, talk to you later. Next, since we are talking about a spread and tandem axle, once again, spread axle, 40,000 pounds, tandem axle, 34,000 pounds, okay? There's two states, there are two states where you guys cannot be with a spread axle. It's Florida and it's California. Now we got permit for you guys. For every single truck, we got a permit in state of Florida. From now on, you can drive in state of Florida with a spread axle. Okay, so you have only one state where you have to be tandem, which is California. So when you guys are getting loaded to California, or let's say you are getting loaded in Arizona and load is going to Washington or Oregon, you're going through California, you guys have to make sure at the shipper that they're not overloading your tail. And now it's only one state, state of California, okay? In state of California, you must have tandem axle, 34,000 pounds. Next. A few brokers, in the past 6 months, we had a situation when, right now, because of economy is down, trucking is down, brokers, they're picky. They have a choice. They want to work with this company or they don't want to work with this company. So we never had a broker who don't want to work with us. We got a great dispatchers, we got a great drivers who know what they're doing. But in the past 6 months, it changed. Why? Because of some of our drivers, when they're going to the shippers or receivers, they don't want to follow rules. Rules like, you cannot get on the top of the trailer, right? Our driver decided to go on the top of the trailer because he thought it's not that important, or I'm not sure. But anyway, as soon as forklift driver saw that he's on the top of the trailer, he asked him to jump down, and he asked him to get out from the company. He called their broker. Broker canceled on us. We couldn't pick up this load, and in the future, OCMC Trucking cannot go to this facility anymore. Second thing, driver is going to deliver location in Colorado, in Denver, and there is a simple rule. And forklift driver asked him, please, I'm getting you unloaded, right? You will be unloaded. You got this 4x4 under these pipes. You cannot drop off these 4x4s lumber at our yard. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, I do. A few minutes later, a driver who didn't want to deal with this lumber, and I understand that, just dropped it off over there. I understand that you don't want to deal with it, but I cannot understand why you don't want to follow rules of the place where you're going. Okay, you cannot go on the top of the trailer. You cannot drop off their lumber. You cannot be rude with the people. One of our drivers damaged the grass of their backyard. It was a house right next to a facility, right next to the company where he was supposed to go. He couldn't make a turn. He damaged the grass on the backyard of this house, and when the owner of the house went out and asked what are you doing, he was rude. He was starting to complain how this company built such a huge warehouse right next to your house. It's a residential area and stuff like that, and he was rude. We're all making mistakes, but guys, be professional. I understand it's a stressful job, stressful work. I understand it, but guys, be professional. Be nice. Be polite, right? Just anyway. A few brokers cannot work with us anymore, not because our drivers was making some mistakes, because our drivers simply didn't want to follow rules, and because they were rude. Moving forward, I forgot about one more situation. One of our drivers got loaded, and he was supposed to drop off the load at the job site, right? And on the confirmation from broker, it was clearly, and he said actually a few times on the phone, that we cannot get out from the truck without a hard hat, glasses, and a safety vest. Our driver, as soon as he made it to the job site, he opened the door with the flip-flops, short sleeve, no hard hat, no glasses. Got out from the truck, and he was like, "Hey guys, where am I supposed to go? Where are you gonna unload me?" 5 minutes later, broker is calling us, and he's like, "Guys, I even put in a rate confirmation that if your driver will open the door even for a second, 2 seconds, it doesn't matter. You guys will get charged $500. That's what I'm gonna do. You guys will get charged $500, and he has a right for that." I called the driver. Driver said, "Why are they doing that? Why are they such a picky? Why that and that? If even forklift driver was not next to me, or crane operator was not next to me, it was not danger or anything. Why? It's simple answer. It's their rules. We go into their place. They have some rules which we have to follow. That's all. Do not look for any sense. It's just the rules which you have to follow. Period. Next. There are some questions, some of our drivers are not happy about this lost check rule. 45 days, we always have to keep 45 after you guys quit or we fired you, doesn't matter. We have to keep your last check for 45 days. Why? Because of that's how long for some brokers takes to pay us, right? Between 30 to 45 days, it's average. So after situation which happened in Texas with this grass, broker called us. He said, "You guys need to find another driver who is gonna drop off this load because of your driver was rude with the owner of this house and with the receiver." Again, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. Another driver is going 100 miles from Houston north to this facility, dropped off the load. And then broker didn't even say us that we're gonna have some charge. 45 days later, we fired this driver after all this stuff. 40 or 42 days later, we got paid, and instead of get let's say $1,000, we got $450. So they charge us for this grass, for landscaping, guys, $550. We didn't know about it, and broker, he didn't want to fight with us. He didn't want to like tell us, and he has a right to do that. Or what they did, instead of sending us like a check for $1,000, they sent us a check for $150. If we would pay, if we would do what driver asked me to do right away, last check after a week, like next Friday after I fired him, then I would have to pay from my pocket. And I don't think it's fair. So what we did, we kept it for 45 days. On the day 42, we got this check. We found that broker charged us for this grass, and we deducted from the check of the driver. So I hope that it's the last time when I have to explain why it's a 45 days, because that's how long it takes to get paid from broker. And sometimes after driver quit, we got some surprises like this one. Okay, next, we got a new, talking about a bill of lading again, guys. We talked about it last time. Driver didn't watch a video about bill of lading, that you always have to follow rate confirmation, which you got from dispatch. There's a shipper address, there's a receiver address. What happened, our driver got a bill of lading where it was shipper address, receiver address, and the address of the person who paid for this shipment. Driver was in Dallas, Texas. Headquarters office who paid was in North Carolina, but load was supposed to go to Wyoming. So if you're gonna open the map of the United States, that's where is that Texas. Here's Charlotte. Here's Wyoming. So driver total made extra 1,200 miles. It's a first. He paid for diesel, but on our end, again, driver, it was going to oil field, very important load. He was supposed to be there on Tuesday. He found on, Friday to Monday. He was supposed to be there on Monday. We found Monday morning that he's sitting in Charlotte, North Carolina. Obviously, his dispatch didn't see where he is because of he picked up a load at 5 p.m. Dispatch is going home. He's not tracking him. Monday morning, he's calling and he's like, hey, I think I'm at the wrong location. Of course you are, because you followed bill of lading, right? Where you didn't pay attention that it says freight is going to Wyoming. He just went to people, pretty much to the office building, to people who paid for shipment. Next. So please always remember, you have to follow confirmation which you got from your dispatch, not from forklift driver, not from shipping department, only dispatch. Next. Dash camera. We got a new insurance who said that we had a few accidents actually, and first what they're doing, they're asking for a video from both cameras, from camera which goes on the road and camera which goes on the driver. So we got a new insurance on 26th of February is their requirements. They don't want to even talk to us like what happened, how it happened, what time it happened. First, they want to see video. Guys, must, both of your cameras, you cannot put this piece of tape anymore on your camera. You cannot. Both cameras are supposed to go on the road, on you, and you're supposed to have on your camera red light. Like red light supposed to be on. If it's not on, it means something wrong with your camera. Call Mary. She's the one who is going to deal with it, okay? Next, idle shutdown. Guys, when you are idling, you know, you have to make sure your RPM is high enough. So as soon as you stop, you don't have such a thing, idle shutdown, because we don't want you guys to struggle. So, but still, when I'm walking around the building here and I can hear, I see you guys are here idling, you parked, I can hear the trucks are idling not the way they were supposed to. As soon as you park, put a cruise control on and make your RPM high. Your engine's supposed to work like smooth, right? Not like it's hardly breathing. So please do not damage the engine. That's what really bad for engine. Make sure as soon as you park, cruise control and make it higher, okay? Next, guys, one more time, do not sleep in Houston. We got a situation when driver, and it's the same driver who we actually talked about it in the previous videos, but the same driver who was there before, who I told this driver, please do not sleep in Houston because of your tarps are stolen. And it's not just us, it's not just USMC Trucking. Everybody knows about this problem in Houston, Texas. Like tarps are getting stolen, like all equipment, chains, binders. This time ramps were stolen. Ramps, which are $7,500, almost $8,000, they were stolen. Like aluminum ramps, stands, right? They were stolen. Do not sleep in Houston, Texas, please. No matter, like, you guys are going there a few miles before, like a 50, 100 miles before Houston, Texas, sleep and then keep rolling in the morning. Next, we got a situation when one of our driver, he took a picture only after he tarped the load, and it made you guys need to take a picture before you tarp in the load and after you tarp in the load. Why? Because of shipper put on a bill of lading that it was 13 pieces. When we dropped off the load, it was only 12 pieces, right? So he pretty much like across 13 and put 12. Where this piece, I know that our driver didn't do anything with that, but they don't know. And another bad thing, that between shipper and receiver, driver broke down, and we couldn't find the part. It was like national back order. We were looking for a part for 3 days. So pretty much he was supposed to go from Chicago to Arkansas, and it takes like, it just is 600 miles. He was supposed to pick it up, and it was supposed to take only 1 day. In the end, it took 5 days because we couldn't find the part, and it just looks suspicious. We're missing one part, not in my eyes, in eyes of the customer. We're missing one piece, and it took for us 5 days to make it from Chicago to Arkansas. We still didn't get paid. We still don't know who's going to be responsible for that. I hope that the shipper will find that there is this extra piece of the load somewhere at their warehouse, but technically they can charge us for this one piece. Because of driver didn't take a picture, driver didn't count pieces. Okay, he didn't count pieces, but he at least could take a picture before he tarped the load. We got a picture only after he tarped it. We cannot prove anything, okay? All right, picture of the bill of lading right after you got loaded, which you have to send to your dispatch. Picture of the before tarp and after tarp. After you got loaded, I apologize, after you delivered the load, you have to take a picture of bill of lading with the signature and date of the receiver and send it to email for accountant for rolls with the name, what kind of tarp, with a word in subject line, what kind of tarps you guys used. Next, plastic before tarp. I'll show you a picture of the metal which got rusty. Why? Because of driver who, I don't know, again, I guess he thought that it's not important, or it's not our driver, it's my friend driver. He thought that it's not that important to use this plastic on the top of the load, on the top of the steel, or he just didn't speak English, he couldn't read, you know, which actually are on instruction of the load was, which dispatch sent him, plus it was all over like the warehouse that you have to use this plastic bag kind of like sitting right at by the shipping dock. He didn't put it. He made it to the receiver. Receiver said that it got rusty. We cannot unload you. We don't need this kind of load. Now this load is sitting on a trailer. They were supposed to deliver this load in Iowa. Broker, like most of the time, as soon as some problems are coming, they don't want to help. They can't help. I don't know. It's broken system in our industry. Brokers are sometimes they are not for help. So in the end, right now, this load is sitting here in Chicago. They made from Iowa to Chicago. This load is sitting on the top of the trailer, and they cannot use this trailer. They don't know what's gonna happen with this steel. So it's like it's bad. So pretty much, driver was supposed to use it. Was supposed to follow just instruction. Use plastic before tarp. He didn't. Now it made a lot of problems. Okay. All right. I believe that's all. Please, guys, be professional. Be nice. Just try every day, improve yourself. You know, if you have any questions, call Mary, call your dispatch. If they don't have an answer, call me. Be safe. You know, there's nothing more important than your life, than your health, than your family. So just follow rules. They made for some reason. So you have to follow it. You have to do PTI. You have to follow the signs on the road. You have to follow these rules which shippers, receivers made for you. Please just be a professional. You guys got CDL, commercial driver license. It means you're professional drivers. Be safe. Peace. If you guys have any idea, please let me know what we have to talk about in the future. And trucking through harmony. Bye.